What? Oh, who's that? Wait.
There are so many unicorns in this bed. There's a lot of magic in this room.
Oh, for
lot
sure.
Of magic.
I told someone it's the year of the unicorn, and they looked at me like I was completely insane, and they're like, I've never heard that anywhere else. And like turned to the person next to them, have you heard that?
I haven't heard that, but it makes sense.
It's because I'm making it up.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna roll with it now, and I'll say I heard it from Alyssa Price.
You're like, it's happening. Trust me.
Trademark 5% every time somebody.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
This one here has a little. Wait. Okay, this is Rufus, the bear with diabetes. He is very special.
A dragon.
Oh, a dragon. Yeah, I can see that. Oh my gosh, she's having so much fun. You guys can't see this, but the actual show is going on over here. It's my daughter running in and out, like throwing like adorable lovies at us. And Domino being a princess. Hi, Domino.
Hey.
Our mascot. Holly, thank you for bringing
I can talk
this,
about
but now,
like
the audition process. Yeah.
While holding.
Yeah, it's nice.
I don't really audition a whole lot, and I can't tell how much of it is my body type, because there are definitely people who are acting and successful that have my body type and bigger. Actually, I was thinking about like just quitting acting entirely around Christmas time, and I got a temporary job at Paper Source, and Chrissy Metz, you know, from This Is Us, she's like the heavier actress on the show, and she walked into Paper Source, and I was like, do you have any words of advice or sage wisdom for someone like an actor like me? And she was like, just don't quit, don't give up, make your own stuff. And I was like, okay, I will not quit, and I'm already making my own things, so
That
I felt
was
like
a
it was a
message.
sign. Yeah.
It was a sign,
It totally
absolutely.
was.
And
Yeah.
I have to tell you, this is a perfect segue into your introduction, because how do I do this without sounding really cheesy? Okay.
Oh, cheese. I love cheese.
Okay, I'm going to be really cheesy, you guys. Okay. Hi, my name's Alyssa Price, and this is Bad Mom Jokes. And today I am so very excited because I am here with Theresa Stroll, and I have so much to say about how fabulous she is. But what I was going to say is I had the privilege of seeing your first stand-up mic, and I have watched a lot of firsts. And I've been to a lot of mics in Los Angeles, and you are by far the most interesting, original. Like, I thought you had been doing it for years.
Oh my gosh.
I was so blown away by your talent and your charisma just your stage presence, all of it. And I was gonna say, I think I have a really good sense of like who's interesting and who's gonna make it. And I have to tell you, it may take 10 years. But stick in there was my advice to you.
Wow.
So I'm so glad you ran into someone much more famous than me that already told you that, and now you're here today so I could tell you again, yes, stay in there. Because Los Angeles is so hard. Yeah. It's not really about even that it's your type, it's that you're not famous. And it's a really tricky thing in Los Angeles to find work. And you know, but you need a resume to get work, and it's that whole catch-22.
Totally. I feel like the last couple of years I've like veered away from actively pursuing acting, and I think that's because you can have a lot more control in your life in like literally any other industry.
Yes.
Because other places you work your whole life, or you like, hi.
I know. I've got all of these goodies, which would probably do really well on YouTube, actually, if we just unbox them, and that was the whole video. But
totally.
I am here with Theresa, who the mic, on the night of the mic, the guy mispronounced your name. It was so hilarious.
He
was like, Theresa?
I
know.
It's not an uncommon name. It
was pretty amazing. You have to be like live under a rock. But he was sounding it out phonetically, like
Theresa.
Yeah.
It's spelled like there's a stroll,
right.
which is fun. You can't ever type my name on Facebook without it popping. Like if you're typing like
funny.
There's a fun event happening, it's always Theresa.
That's funny. Yeah. My name is Alyssa Price, and one of my ex-boyfriends was telling his sister, she's like, who are you dating? He's like, Alyssa Price. She's like, a little surprised? But it doesn't like if you spell it online, that doesn't come up.
Yeah.
It's not the same. It's not as close. Yeah.
My mom's name is Theresa Stroll, and she called one of her clients one time, and she heard him on the phone. He was calling to his wife. He was like, "Honey, Martha Stewart's on the phone."
Funny.
But like, I used to wait tables in Hollywood or West Hollywood, and I would be like, I wouldn't enunciate my name very well, so people would be like, "Your name is Therese, Tracy?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, Teresa."
Yeah,
like, I say it really quickly.
Do you think people like? Are your parents? Where did they get Theresa? Are you Catholic? Like, what's the?
Yes, but not by choice.
Okay.
As many of us.
But I'm just trying to think the Theresa connection.
My grandma's name was Theresa, but like a Hungarian version of it. I don't know how to say it. There's a Z in there somewhere.
Yes.
But I think it's like Theresia, but I'm named after my grandma.
Interesting.
And it's an old lady's name. I actually really hate my name.
Do you?
I do. Yeah, I'm like constantly like, what name could I go by that's like not taking somebody else's name, and I'm clearly not trying to like.
What's your middle name?
Ann
Stroll.
Yeah, it's Theresa Ann Stroll. I was thinking of taking my husband's last name professionally, but like I have a couple of credits under Stroll.
Well, and that so you decided to do your own thing. Mm-hmm. I totally understand the like not wanting to pursue acting. Yeah. She's got an amazing YouTube channel, The Big Fat Blonde.
Yes.
You produce musicals.
Yes.
And shows with your husband, musical, who is Bobby McGlynn.
Yes.
But you guys are, but you're doing these like songs on YouTube. I mean, you guys are very multi-talented, and which goes to show that I can spot talent when I see it, because even though that was your first open mic, you've been doing all these things, and you're really good. I mean, you sing and act and all of it. It's really fun. Yeah.
It is a lot of fun, and I think if I could just focus on being creative all the time, like I would definitely make more. But you gotta also survive. And
this is true. And it is important to pace yourself, because you are gonna. I mean, LA can be tough and it's expensive, and so you do have to find a way, and also you have to enjoy your life to a degree, so you don't get suicidal or whatever.
Right. Exactly.
So there is that, like, stay in it, find a way to have longevity. Okay, so we're gonna show you Raleigh's leg warmers. They're actually something I knit for my son Declan when he was little, and they're Pac-Man leg warmers. And then Raleigh, I think I need it to be quiet so I can really focus on Theresa. Okay.
That's an amazing knit job.
Thank you. I'm a really nerdy knitter when it's cold out, but I haven't done it in a long time. Okay, yeah. So it's Pac-Man, and there's little pellets that go around, and then on the other side, her skirt has shorts. There's little, for anyone concerned right now, there's little ghosts on the other side. So Pac-Man, and you put them on correctly. Wow, and you've never done that before.
That's amazing.
But this one here, she knows fashion. She's Miss Fashion. So when did you start your YouTube channel?
Earlier this year, actually.
Oh, okay.
I'm on this like big, I guess, changing your life journey right now.
Okay.
Where I'm just like, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit.
Yeah,
I started going to therapy like 3 years ago, because I was starting to think like I want to have kids one day, and I don't want to pass on like things that I don't like about myself.
Right.
So yeah, I started going to therapy, and then I've just kind of been like tackling those big life hurdles and things that we've kind of internalized growing up.
Which all of us had. I watched a few of your videos, and I really enjoyed them, and I love your focus on body positivity, and I think it's so much more than that, even, because we all have those issues where we're hard on ourselves about our bodies, but then it's also like there's other aspects too. And one quote in particular really stuck out to me, and it might not work out of context. Just a minute, sweetie, you can draw on this. And it was shame keeps people from doing what they're meant to do. That really stuck out to me. I come from a very religious background, so the shame was more, they're trying to put you in your place as a woman, which is just in the home, right? And like that, if I was dancing or I was acting, they're praying for me because I'm going to hell.
Yes,
literally, which I understand, because I think actors are probably borderline prostitutes, so I get it. Yeah. But this is my life. So anyways.
Yeah.
So I really loved your message, and I love what you're choosing to tackle.
Thank you.
Yeah. And how has that journey been since you just started? Exactly a year ago, or where?
The YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Earlier this year, like
So
I want to say maybe 2 months ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't put up like a ton of stuff like about from my channel. Like I've just put up like random projects, but the process has been really great, and pretty much like once I realized something about myself and that is a beautiful star.
Teresa Stroll gets a star.
Oh, thank you. This is the best day of my life, honestly.
Welcome to Over the Rainbow.
Our special. Happy to be here.
It's my star for
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I
my
told
gosh.
Raleigh today. There's many videos where she's pulling my shirt off to pull on my Molly the Molly, if anyone's watched all my videos. But I said today we're not going to do that because I want to. Oh, I see. You might need a little snack soon too. Okay. You want a snack now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want
So
to take a second?
I am going to take a second. I'm going to get her a
totally.
snack, and then maybe we'll be able to. Oh, that's another thing I noticed about you. You've goddess energy.
A goddess energy.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, for sure.
What is that?
Yeah,
mean?
like look at Domino. She's licking your feet. Dogs know who the goddesses are, you know. She's
very
like,
honored.
look at her. Domino's like, I worship you. Take me with you. She's been neglecting me ever since she had these damn kids. Poor Domino. Aw.
She's so sweet.
She's my first.
Oh.
So yeah, things were different when she was a puppy.
I'm sure it must be hard for her to have kids around too. I think
It was.
share the energy.
Yeah, she's
attention.
transitioned well. She does okay, but it's different. Yeah. So where were we? We were talking about your YouTube channel and
Yes.
your concept of body positivity. Oh,
Yes.
and the journey. So you've been doing it 2 months.
Yeah, the channel I've been doing for 2 months, and I don't really know what I'm quite doing with it yet.
Yeah.
I'm just like exploring a lot of things, and since I just randomly decided to start trying stand up, it was like something I kind of thought about doing. And just one night I had a little bit too much to drink, and I reached out to the owner of Pretty Funny Women, and I saw it a couple of years ago, but like I never set money aside to like save up for the class because you know classes are so
Cost
expensive.
something.
Yeah, they cost literally anything. And I just like emailed her one night, and I was like, hey, would you like to trade videography, photography? Like I do videography for my full-time work right now.
Yeah.
And she was down for the trade, so I got the class.
That's great. So
Yeah.
what kind of? Sorry, I'm just gonna do this because I can't resist getting this. Like that's the show right there. Live on Bad Mom Jokes.
This is happening. Like,
yeah,
for
there's
a long time.
puppy love.
Yeah.
So what was I going to say to you? You might know more than I do right now.
About,
it was about
the videography. This is two ADD people. having
Yeah,
a
no, we
podcast.
were talking about how we have ADD and it's a thing. So
Yeah.
we might go like this, but we'll get there. So now I'm learning about another amazing talent you have. How long have you been doing that?
Videography I've been doing since 2015. My husband's actually an Emmy-nominated videographer.
Okay.
He worked in the news back in Connecticut, so that's what his Emmy nomination is for.
Okay.
It's just a daytime Emmy, so.
But that's kind of a big deal, an Emmy. Hello.
Yeah.
And did you guys meet in Connecticut?
We actually went to elementary, middle, and high school together.
Shut up.
But we weren't friends until like after college.
Wow.
We just like knew about each other.
But did you go to the same college or no?
No.
You just connected after college. And where did you go to school?
I went to Westminster Choir College at Rider University for
Okay.
the first 2 years. Got kicked out because it was during the recession and I couldn't get a cosigner. That was a fun time in my life too.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Life throws its challenges. Everything's a learning
Well,
opportunity.
and here you are. I mean, everything's connected.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. I think everything absolutely happens for
Yeah.
a reason, and you might not be able to like see the forest from the trees while things are happening. But I've always had this kind of like innate feeling that everything will work out, and like I've lived through tough things before in my life, and I've gotten through them, and I know that no matter what lies ahead, like I'll make it through.
You've proved to yourself that you're resilient.
Exactly.
And it won't keep you down.
Yeah.
And you're radiating positivity. Do you think focusing on this body positive message over the last couple months has helped you carry that out into your life, or are you just like this already? I mean, she is just a ray of sunshine.
Thank you. You
like
were
in the
so
room.
Sweet.
No, it's true.
You were the sweetest person in the world.
When I was up there on the mic, so I went up before her, and at the end of my mic, she's like, "What? Say your name." I'm like, "Alyssa. I'm Alyssa Price." And then you asked for my number, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, who is this woman? This is so amazing."
Oh my God, I was just like, I loved your set, and I wanted to watch more of you.
Okay, you're so sweet.
Oh my gosh, no, I loved what you were doing.
Yeah,
and I want to support you. I've always been a pretty positive person.
Yeah,
I think because when you've like felt negativity from other people, you do what you can to make sure nobody else feels that way too. And I like to give people the benefit of the doubt, because you never know what people are going through.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I mean, I'm not always great about it. Sometimes I'm just like, what a mean head. And I lost my foot licker.
There's a new person in the house. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, now my feet are on camera, and I'm just like,
here we can
feet on the bed.
Oh, stop it.
No,
Wait,
you're
Raleigh.
good. You're good.
You look fabulous, by the way.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Raleigh. Oh, okay, here we go. I'm gonna do this. My feet are probably gonna fall asleep too. Okay, here we go. Not gonna let my ADD get the better of me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Two ADD people. Yes. Cheers.
Woo! Theresa's so sweet. Here she is, my guest. She gets me a Starbucks, and it's really meeting a lot of my needs right now because I am very sleep deprived. I've been doing a lot of stand up.
That is so cool. I'm just so in awe of people that go up and have things to say. Like I was saying before, I didn't want to do stand up because I was like, I don't really have like anything really interesting to say. And that was also a reason behind starting my channel, was because I realized one of those things that I started going to therapy for was that I kind of was like not taking more chances because I was like afraid of something.
Wait, I'm sorry. We're happy. I feel like this is in a movie. Like now we're attached by my microphone.
I didn't even notice that happened.
It like.
Do you want to hold your pen?
No, it like completely. Okay, wait. I'm gonna have
Raleigh. If you sit up, it might not hurt and pull on your hair.
This little metal thing, like it's twirly, and it completely hooked her hair.
Oh
like
my gosh.
110% here. You guys can't see this, but it is a spiral of death.
Do you want me to like get a second camera angle in on this?
Oh my gosh,
so
I love it. I love it so much that you do that.
I love filmmaker brains. They're just like, this is going to be the more interesting
Oh
thing.
my gosh, are you filming this?
I am now.
Okay, amazing.
And you got it out.
I did it.
See, moms are amazing. Like you're hosting this podcast, taking care of your family, and you're also like keeping your brain on track. I'm always amazed by moms. Moms are really
20%
cool.
on track right now. But thank you.
I always think like people need to stop trying to control the actions of other people, because we're all just doing our own thing. We're all doing the best we can with what we have and the tools that we have and the knowledge that we have at the time.
It's up here. It's okay.
So nobody should ever be like, moms should not be shamed. Like there's no one way to raise a child.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And even amongst moms, and that's part of why I have this channel, is because moms are always feeling bad.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, let's just be ironic and embrace it and cuss if we want to and drink if we want to and do edibles if we want to. And because dads do and no one judges them.
Exactly.
As people. You know, with stand up, people are always saying like, oh, her kids are going to end up at this mic in 20 years because she's neglecting them right now. You know, it's like, they've got a dad. They're fine. They're sleeping right now.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think if people really realized how much their parents weren't always paying attention to.
Right.
You know, I think we all put our parents like on a pedestal until you learn that they're deeply flawed.
Right. Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do remember what you were talking about. You were saying that you hadn't done stand-up because you didn't feel like you really had something to say.
Yeah.
So you had thought about doing it though.
Yeah. It was one of those things, like everybody says like stand-up is probably the worst or like the scariest thing.
Yeah.
And you know, I think I knew it was time to start trying it when I heard a stand-up comedic comic. When I heard a stand-up comic saying like that it wasn't that scary, and I was like, yeah, I guess it wouldn't be. But after I did, so My Big Fat Blonde, the channel is based off of My Big Fat Blonde musical, which is my
which is the name of your show, which won 3 awards at the Fringe Festival.
Yes,
which is amazing because that is no little festival. I mean, that's a big deal. Careful,
everybody says that we swept the Fringe because we won top of the Fringe, which is given to 1 out of 300 shows.
Yeah.
And Best World Premiere, also given to 1 out of 3, or like at least how many new shows that were there that year.
Right.
And then we also won Best Musical, which I think there were like 17 or something that year.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a really big deal.
Thank you. And you know, I know people are like, no, celebrate your victories and everything, but I feel like my show wasn't like, I don't feel like it was necessarily groundbreaking in terms of like the writing. We wrote 9 original songs in a month.
Yeah.
Because I had the script, but I didn't have any of the music written. So we had to write all of that in a month and just like get it together. So it was just like really thrown together. I wasn't a polished performer at all. Not that that's like my MO anyway.
She is a natural performer though, and you can't. You now will have time to polish or do whatever you need to do, but you have that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like you need that. Like you can practice as much as you want, but that's just something people are born with.
For sure.
I mean, it's tacky, but that's just true.
No, I get that. And I think that's one of those things that it doesn't really make sense until you experience it too.
Yes.
Yeah, that made me sound very like, you don't really understand my energy until you've like met somebody like
but of course. I mean, that's what makes it so difficult, right? Like, I don't think LA really spends the time developing talent because talent, they bring it in. So they farm it out to Australia and London and, you know, these other places, Canada, like Toronto. People come in from Toronto. And so those of us that come here, without that, like, we've already won some film award or whatever, it's harder because people aren't going to be like, oh, I see your talent. They just want to see the dollar signs.
Yeah.
You know.
They want to make sure that you are able to turn a profit.
Exactly.
If you aren't able... That is beautiful, Raleigh.
That was an R.
Oh, that's an R. That is an R.
And that's me.
Is that your first R for Raleigh?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, you guys have to see this. That actually does look like an R, if you can see it. Oh, Roz. Can you draw me another picture?
Raleigh, that was beautiful.
That's all you're going to do?
I love the mom reflex. Like, don't get the pen on the bed.
This one doesn't this is not the washable pen.
But that's the
she
good
wants
pen,
to show you guys. This is Daddy's from his childhood, and apparently he had a dream where it sang to him.
Ooh.
And Raleigh's very fascinated by it.
That's really cool.
Thank you for the share.
That
okay,
kind of
go
reminds
to
me
the
of
secret
the Brady
cave.
Bunch movie for some reason. You know when they like go on that Hawaiian vacation?
I don't, but I love that show. It's come up a couple times. There must be like a Brady Bunch energy happening right now in the world.
Weird. I love that about LA.
Yeah.
Like I feel like in Connecticut, like there was something very cynical about the East Coast. But I don't know, like
It's more
LA.
left brain.
Yes, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
I also have a learning disability too.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes I'm just like, does not compute.
Oh, so more analytical and linear. Yeah. We're here. There is a magic.
Oh, sorry.
There's
cord
definitely.
is
Oh. Did we lose it? Did it unplug? Here, let me.
I don't know.
Thanks for noticing that.
So yeah, for sure.
I think
Babysitter in me too.
It's the what? The babysitter?
The babysitter in me too.
You are so multi-talented. Did I get an answer from you on when you started doing the videography? Did we get interrupted?
Oh, yes. So I started that. My husband, he went to film school and he majored in cinema.
Okay.
And he has the Emmy nominated. Has the Emmy nomination. So in 2015, he asked me to work the second camera for him while filming theater because somebody just like randomly asked him.
Yeah.
And so I helped him with that, and I was just like, I have a way to not be just like a nanny or waiting tables anymore. So, and also, I don't know if you felt this way if you're ADD too. Like, have you been diagnosed for your whole life?
No, because my mom is she's an educator, and she is very progressive and in her way, and she didn't want me being labeled. So no, it's never been official. My doctor has said, hey, I could give you medication and it will help you be more productive. But I said I don't want it to mess up with my creativity, so I decided not to do it.
Okay.
So I'm an unproductive creative type.
I mean, I totally get that. For a while, I didn't want to ever be on like antidepressants because I took Prozac in high school. Am I like TMIing right now?
No, this is great. Because everyone's, I mean, this is the relatable shit. You know, let's do it.
In high school, I took Prozac, and I felt like it just like killed a creative side of me. And I think because like I think all creatives probably struggle with depression and anxiety in some capacity. And I think like because it helped my depression, but it also like made me numb. But it also like took away that like deep, like heart-wrenching connectivity to that part of me. But I'm also happy to not have that because F it.
Yeah. So you've seen both sides of it, and there's pros and cons to both.
Yeah.
I could see that, definitely.
But the ADD thing, so I was diagnosed in 4th grade.
Okay.
And I totally can see why your mom wouldn't want to label you, because I grew up thinking that I was STUPID. And
wow, which is a different thing.
Yes. Yeah. But because of like my learning disability and the ADD, and I grew up in a progressive town too that treated ADD like a real thing. Like I was given accommodations,
right?
And so I was really lucky in that regard because some people who have ADD in like more rural states like don't. They were like put in like a trailer behind the school and treated like they were like bad kids.
Which may have there weren't really resources. So she was smart to probably not label me, and she, to her credit, yes. I know. Hi, Delmy. Feel free to just, I already put the sheets for this in the washer, so feel free to clean the house, and if we don't get to this room, that's okay. All right, thank you. Sorry, kind of, last minute arrangements and because I heard her come in. I heard her walk in. I left the door open for her. Raleigh's so cute. Delmy cleans our house every 2 weeks, and Raleigh loves to pretend she's Delmy, and she'll pretend to do chores around the house and stuff. It's really
that's
adorable.
Nice and useful way of playing.
Right?
Pretend.
Yes. It's like hopefully it'll lead to being a helper.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Time will tell.
Exactly.
With my son, it's like severe discipline to get him to put his shoes away.
My husband too.
You want Pete? Your husband too. Oh man, my husband too. I've taken me 2 years, but now he does the dishes reluctantly, but he does all the dishes.
All right.
Really quick, because so many people do think stand-up's really scary. So were you really scared before you got up the other night?
I think this was
time?
something I was going to talk about with Big Fat Blonde. So when I was doing that show, even though I was getting standing ovations at the end of all my performances, I still, hi, Raleigh.
And there's the head. Raleigh, if you can't get us through persistence, you can get us through upstaging us with your adorable cupcakes. Yes. Okay, can you hold that thought? Because I do want to hear this about the standing ovations, but...
Yeah, totally.
Yes. Okay, cool. She's doing a victory dance over here.
So I put my hands up to playing my song. Butterflies fly away.
Cutie pie. Okay. Oh, I put pink lipstick on for you. I was feeling this like unicorn energy for you today.
I like it. I appreciate it.
Okay, well, I'll do that. Okay, but Raleigh, please carefully get off the bed, and then please don't come back in here until we're done, okay? Okay.
Raleigh, can you show me one of your toys? Who's this?
From Minions.
From Minions? Which one? I don't think I saw this one.
She ate one of the Minions' parents.
Oh, she ate one of the Minions' parents?
No. She's one of the Minion parents.
Oh, I didn't know the Minions had parents.
Yes, they do. What's the movie? They have parents.
Is that Elsa?
Yeah, I'm going to put a very interesting skirt on her.
The snow glows white on the mountain tonight, not a footprint to be seen. A kingdom of isolation, and it looks like I'm the queen. The wind is howling like this swirling storm inside. Couldn't keep it in, heaven knows I tried. Don't let them in, don't let them see. Be the good girl you always have to be. Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know. Well, now they know. Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Turn away and slam the door. I don't care what they're going to say. Let the storm rage on. The cold never bothered me anyway.
An Elsa performance?
Yeah, she pulled out an Elsa.
Right. Once upon a time, I used Final Cut Pro, but now I just do like everything on my phone in iMovie.
Yeah, it's so much easier.
I mean, as you can see, I can't sit at a computer.
Totally.
I get styled.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Raleigh, you've got your drink. Can you go sit and watch Miraculous until we're done, or you really are enjoying your time here today?
That's your special drink. I have my special drink. Cheers. Drink.
Oh, when did I press record? Okay, a minute ago. Okay. So did you hold the thought? Are we simmering? Did we simmer? Raleigh's got her peach drink. That might keep her quiet, so we can wrap this up.
Yes.
We're getting standing ovations
Yes.
every night, but still.
Yes. So I was getting standing ovations every night, and people were, telling me after the show how much my show resonated with them. And I would still leave every performance like that was terrible, really beating myself up, and I would even cry and hyperventilate after the show. Real fun stuff. But I worked through that because I got so many positive reviews on the Fringe site. They encourage everybody to review shows after. I got so many lovely reviews, and I got one negative review from this guy who was just the music was catchy, and this show is not what Fringe is about, or something. So it was clearly from somebody who didn't understand the show, and it didn't resonate with him, which is fine. It's not for everybody. But it was exactly what my inner fear was afraid of. But I realized that I never promised anybody that I'd be perfect. I just was going there to show up, and I didn't want to be perfect. I'm not a perfect type of person.
Is boring.
Perfect stinks.
Yeah, perfect is boring. I really love watching people that are vulnerable, and when you're vulnerable, you're kind of walking the line of failure, right? Yeah.
I love having
risks.
real conversations with people too. I feel like everybody is so surface level, but I'm just tell me everything that scares you. And I want to talk, not use it against you, of course, but I want to just talk to you about it. Talk about real things. But so after the show, I was really struggling with perfectionism and worked on getting over that. So I feel like doing stand-up is the perfect time, because if I even start to feel oh, that was really D-U-M-B, and I shouldn't have said that thing.
Spelling these words
I don't want her to pick up on those things.
Oh, they've heard it all. Her brother says, that's stupid, every other word. She's got a 7-year-old brother, so she's heard it all.
I don't want to talk about myself that way.
No, right.
You're
so sweet.
Thank you.
I love it.
Yeah.
Very conscious.
Yeah, they're
conscious living.
People of the future.
Yeah. So you're saying it's perfect timing with stand-up.
Yeah, and I don't need to hold myself to those crazy standards. And I looked at stand-up as I'm going on stage to just share a story, and it doesn't need to be funny. I can find other ways to make people laugh.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. I don't know. I have so many things to say, because your stand-up really, you have such, you've got a unique, refreshing voice. And I've noticed this, a lot of younger women are coming out and showing us older women that there's a new way, that there's new ways of seeing things, and there's a side of femininity that maybe we haven't encountered yet, and you're educating us, basically.
Yeah.
And so I think you're going to have a lot of fun with your original voice, and and exploring being so in the moment and not taking things too seriously.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so irreverent and who cares?
Right.
The moment you do it, then it disappears. It's the beauty of it.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like you're just on stage talking to some friends that you haven't met yet, and you're just going to make friends with them.
Yes, yeah.
There was something that you said that I really wanted to like comment on, but what was it?
Okay, while you're thinking about that, I do want to say that you have a show coming up.
Yes, I have 2 shows coming up. I have one on September 17th at the Federal at 7:30 p.m. And then I have another show on Sunday, September 22nd at 5 p.m. Flappers.
I saw your first 5-minute set at Haha Comedy Club, and that was actually my first time being to that open mic.
Mine too.
And it was fun, and in North Hollywood. So then you had an amazing first night out because we're texting. I'm at the Liquid Zoo. It's a 10-minute mic. It's with a lot of comics that have been doing it for years and years. It's a completely different vibe.
Yeah.
The room can be really hard when they don't know who you are. They talk in the background while you're doing your set.
I am so sorry, by the way.
No, she was a pro. She got up there. She got through the whole thing. You had some really funny in the moment observations. I mean, really.
Thank you.
There's no way if someone had seen those 2 sets back to back that they would think that was your first night.
Wow.
So I had so much fun getting to see both in
Thank you.
contrast. And so how was it different? For me, it was significantly different. Like the first time I did stand-up, it was really terrifying. I did the 3-minute mic at West Side Comedy, and it was so much fun that then after that, it's like I just couldn't get enough. Like it was like every night I was going. So how was it for you? Are you more like lubricated now? Or are you like, okay, I want to do this all the time?
Yeah. I feel like stand-up really is perfect for my social interaction. I noticed I always post on Facebook, like I'll post like a random thing, but I don't want to engage with anybody in the the comments. I just kind of like saying things and they're just out there and I don't have to have a conversation about them. I mean, of course, like people will talk up during your set, but yeah, I like that I can just say whatever I want.
I've got the mic now.
Yeah, exactly.
You get to listen
my
to me
turn
for
to
5
talk,
minutes.
buddy.
Yeah,
like the ultimate female power play. Like, listen up, jagweeds. I'm so sorry, by the way. So like
a
when you,
I've never heard that before.
It's just like I think it's like a
thing?
No, I think it's like a '90s like insult, like a jabroni.
Listen up, jagweed.
Jagweed.
I've never heard that. I love it. I'm gonna look that up. That's hilarious.
I don't even know where that came from.
I was like jagweed. Wait,
No.
hold up, jagweed.
No. Yeah,
because I've never encountered that amazing 2 words put together.
It's pretty great. Yeah. I like combining random things to make an insult.
Right.
Yeah.
Why not? Shakespeare did it.
I don't really get Shakespeare.
Oh, yeah?
Unpopular opinion. I think it might be my ADD. Like, I don't want to take the extra process to, like, figure out what they're saying.
Got it.
And I realize that's going to sound, like, so, like, because there are people that are diehard Shakespeare fans.
Right. Do you feel it's alienating maybe that the language is so old and stylistic and stuff like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's so much, like, decoding.
Right.
Just to get to the point.
Right.
And, yes.
Yeah. I would say go see a really great show and try not to decode.
People say that. I think I should try going one time. And if I may say, SMOKINGPOT.
Smoke pot. You may say that.
Yes.
I call it mommy time, but yes.
Yeah. What I enjoy about mommy time is, for the non-moms, is like that it really gets me out of my like self-conscious brain, and I feel like I can relax that part and just kind of like be more present.
Yes.
When I
kids are in the moment.
Yeah.
That's right. It's a good exercise for sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so you're gonna get high and go see Shakespeare?
Yeah, I think so.
I want to hear about that. So you have to call or text me afterwards, and I want you to come back and tell me of your experience.
Perfect. This is also the first time I'm saying that, and that's gonna go on the internet, which is okay. But my Puritan family,
I will cut it out. But if not, I love it.
Well, my Puritan family is always like, these are job-killing videos. My family does not understand what I'm doing at all.
Do they know the industry?
No.
That they would say that?
No.
Oh, okay.
What is really funny, because my husband's asexual,
yeah,
which means that he doesn't have, like...
I wasn't sure if... I didn't want to bring up your material because I don't know, like, how much of it is your writing or, like, your jokes, and I didn't want to,
I can talk about the... Totally. I can talk about the asexual thing. I'm not going to talk about the other part.
Right. You have to go see her live. It's a great show. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, my family does not understand it. And on Pride Day this year, my husband like officially came out as asexual to like his Facebook friends, because it's like our world just assumes that everybody is like has the same kind of sex drive.
As a straight woman, a lot of us call it sleeping with the enemy, because guys are kind of like, they're always, I don't know, like white men are kind of keeping white women down historically throughout time.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think they're just afraid. They're afraid of handing over that power to their partners. And so it's like you're sleeping with the enemy. So a lot of people go, oh, well, the lesbians, you know, that's why they have it so great. But it's like, what about those of us that I don't know what to do with anything below the belt. Like, I just can't, I don't know. I've always had a hard time masturbating, the whole thing. And so then she shares that if you're asexual, can you say that part, or is that your show? I can't say that part.
So my family doesn't know.
Trust me, there's another way.
Yeah,
there's another way.
There are
you
some alternatives.
Go see her show.
I tried to tell my mom about like our situation, but like again,
people can't even believe
they
it.
Can't believe it, and they can't wrap their heads around it, and like it automatically is like a red flag to people. But again, like, people don't know how other people operate, and like it's working for my relationship.
And it says so much about him and you.
Yeah.
Because you're so in love and supportive of one another.
Yeah.
That's so clear. I mean, they co-produce all your videos, and you know, he taught you how, like, he brought you in on the videography jobs.
Yeah.
And I mean, what a great partnership.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I always tell him, like, he has nothing to worry about with me, like, wanting to ever be with anybody else, because, like, and this is going to sound weird, but I know, like, his dark side, you know? Like, I don't want to go through the process with that with anybody else. I know his dark side, I accept his dark side, and I like it. And I feel like everybody, not, like, dark side, but, you know, everybody has their, like, their things, you know? And I've never gotten along with somebody as well as I do with my husband, and it's just, like, we have our ways of showing affection. We're, like, super cuddly and, like, disgustingly cute in public.
You really are. It's just ridiculously
Thank
cute.
you.
Yeah, no, I love it.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, you said something about like showing older women like a new side of femininity.
Yes.
That's something I've like been working through with myself too, because I didn't feel like I was like super girly, and I feel like as like fat women aren't really portrayed as like being feminine and like being beautiful and desired.
But you so are.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm realizing that it's okay to, and perfectly fine to be a multifaceted woman. You can be feminine sometimes. You can be like your Beyonce kind of dominatrix self. I don't even know where that came from.
No,
but,
I love it.
Like, women have so much more to themselves than just the roles that they play. Like moms, women, people, like we so much, like, we're conditioned to
be what society tells us to be.
Yes, and defining ourselves through our roles. Like, you're not just a mom, you're not just a comic, you're not like, you're not just a
I'm
wife.
my person. That's my whole thing. Is
Exactly.
like, parents are people too, is my whole thing.
Yeah,
and
I think everyone just needs to be reminded that we're all okay to be different.
Yeah.
And there's not one way to do life.
Absolutely. And on that, I do need to end this, but that's a beautiful message to end this on. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. And I love it.
And we'll end it. And we've got the toys in the shoe. So bye, you guys.
Bye.
Be sure to subscribe and tap the bell. Tap the bell. Tap the bell. So silly. I don't even know if I'll use it, but like, I saw these guys doing this like tap the bell dance. I'm like, why can't I just be crazy like that? Yeah. I want to be crazy.
Men
so thank
get
you
the
for being
permission
crazy
to be
with me.
crazy, and
I
women
know.
don't go. Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's
Molly.
my whole thing.
Yeah.
Is like, they can do everything and no one judges them.
Exactly.
And like, we step out of line or stop cleaning, and it's like, how dare you?
Yeah.
The whole world's falling apart because of you.